Hello everyone, welcome to Thursday College. Today my topic is Microsoft Word. Okay, this is the number one in the series. So in this video clip, I gonna have the introduction of the Microsoft Word that I gonna teach, and then the topic about the stars. Okay, let's enjoy the video. Good day everyone. Today my topic that I gonna teach you today is about the Microsoft Word program. At this moment everyone know how to use Microsoft Word, right? But I just want to teach you the way to use the features that is the correct way. Okay, so let's just start Microsoft Word right now. So at this moment, you just going on to the blank document. At this moment, when we start using any word processing program, you're supposed to have the text to use, right? But anyway, in order to save the time, I prepared the text for you. That is the text is the academic paper from Professor Wendy Chia, Appalachian State University. Okay, you can find the link in the in my YouTube video. When you see the video, you can see the link, and then when you go to the link, you're gonna see the Google Drive that I share. Okay, so when you click on the Google Drive, they're gonna have one text file. You didn't need to type anything. So this text file is the academic paper from Professor Wendy Chia. So you can click on the Google Drive and then use the Control A if you use the Microsoft Windows. But if you use Mac, you use the Command A. When you use the Command A or Control A, you select all, right? And then you just use Command C or Control C to copy the text. When you copy, you go to Microsoft Word. Okay, the first thing I want you to do is you do not use Control V. Yes, you do not use it. In order to use, what you're supposed to do is you go to Page Special and then set unformatted text. Okay, in some version they can set unformatted Unicode text, and then you just click OK. Okay, so it's supposed to be like this. You just copy on the text, and then if you found that the text that your copy is not look like me, it's not a problem. Okay, so before we going to the topic of Microsoft Word, let's I tell you what we gonna do now. What is the topic that we gonna do for the Microsoft Word that I'm gonna teach you? Of course, I will not teach you every single features. Okay, so let's see. Here is the okay, the program, the topic that I want to teach you in this one. Okay, here we are. Okay, in the topic, we gonna starting with the style, file and replace. How can you put the table and then the picture, and then the layout, like the margin orientation, and then the paper size and non-footnote citation. Okay, and then the group 2, the topic is about spelling, thesaurus, create a new page, hyperlink symbol, the equation, something like this. Okay, and then the topic 3 is on about list, the column, the section, okay, header, footer, something like this. So let's just go to the topic 1. The topic 1, okay, we come back to the Microsoft Word. In this Microsoft Word, you're gonna have a ton of text. I use the text in order to teach you. In the real world, when you start typing the text, I recommend that you type the text first. You do not do something like you work and then you use the mouse to highlight and then you click the format one by one, something like this one. It's not work. Sometimes you do the format already, and then when you add some text, you need to redo it again. Okay, but what I gonna tell you is that when you have the text something like this, you go to some paragraph. How can you know that what is the paragraph? Okay, make sure that you in the menu, the menu. For example, my menu is like home. In the home menu, in the home menu or the Microsoft they call ribbon, right? You browse to the format, and then you're gonna see the pie shape. The pie shape is the token that's one we call invisible character. So you see that we gonna have some the color blue color, the character. Actually this character is invisible because you cannot see it when you print. Okay, for example, I click on it, you cannot see it anymore, right? But actually it's exit. I mean the pie shape itself is the enter key, and then you see the dot in the middle is actually the space, something like this one. Okay, so if you put the tab, for example, I'm gonna replace this space, and then I put the tab key in the keyboard, so they're gonna show the arrowhead. On of this one is the invisible character. It means you did not see it when you print or maybe in your screen, but it's exit. It's just the text too. I mean word processor is just series of text. Okay, something like this. So you can, if you don't want, you can just get rid of it, or you just want to see it. Okay, so the first thing I want to tell you is that you should select the first paragraph that is quite long. Now, for example, I have this one on February 1, 2013, blah blah blah. So you can select the entire paragraph, but you have several ways to select the information, I mean the text in the Microsoft Word. If you just click the mouse button, or maybe some of you may use trackpad or whatever, it means you just put the vertical blinking bar we call insertion point. I mean when you put insertion point somewhere and then you type the keyboard, it means you just type on it, something like this. If you double click, it means you select the word, and then if you do triple clicks, something like this one. So you see, you click 3 times, it means you select the entire paragraph. Okay, so I show you one more time. If I just click, you see, what happened is they just select the insertion point, the location, and then if you double click, they're gonna select this one, and then triple click, they're gonna select the entire paragraph. I mean for some reason you can select the entire line by put the mouse in the space in front of the line, or you can double click to select it. But like I told you, I mean if you use triple click to select the entire paragraph is good. So did you notice something, that if you really know how to work with Microsoft Word, what you're supposed to do is you just need to type the keyboard enter key. You see this one, the pie character, just read one time. I mean one time per paragraph. I mean when you keep typing, you just keep typing, and then they're gonna create a new line for you, right? So when you press enter key, it means one paragraph. Okay, so after I have on of this one, you just select the paragraph, and then if you used to learn Microsoft Word, you may need to just select the format right here. I want to tell you that you didn't need to. Why I said like that? Because whenever what you want to do, I mean if you just keep changing the font, checking whatever, something like this one, they're gonna just make the format for your selection, right? But I introduce you to the topic we call star. What is the star? For example, if you go to the first line and then you select entire paragraph, actually it's just one line, and then you just go to the panel called stars, in this one, and then I said the first one I want it to become title. Okay, so when it's become title, now you look like this one, and then I set the center alignment, and then it's become title. So it means every time you click, they're gonna become the title one. I mean it's not just set the format. It means you tell this one to become title, and then when you set introduction, you set it to become the style of heading, something like this one. So you say it's gonna be a little bit decorated. Okay, so this is what we can do now with the style. I mean the style, just you need to tell the role of the text to you. So I recommend you to use the style. For example, the author name, Professor Wendy Shear, we just use the heading 2, something like this one, and then introduction we use heading 1, something like this. Okay, I think I want to get rid of the space on here. Okay, so I just get rid of it and then put the comma instead. So you see this one this is the title, right? And then this is what you supposed to do with with the heading, heading 1, heading 2, something like this. However, uh, when we work, it doesn't mean that the format we want is just in here. Now sometimes we want just another kind of format. Now for example, if I want this paragraph to be my own format, something like I want the font to become Times New Roman, what can we do? So what I want to tell you is that in the style นะครับ they're gonna have one of the basic style that we call normal นะครับ okay, so you just select normal first. When you select normal นะฮะ so this one is gonna be something like the normal style like this one, but sometimes you don't want นะครับ you don't want this one, so you can just do the format and then you can set the style you want. Okay, for example, I want this one to become Times New Roman, and then the font become number 14. Okay, so the 14 is too big or not. Okay, let's see. Okay, so 14 maybe a little bit too big, change it back to 12. Okay, so this one is the Times New Roman. So you see the Times New Roman, the font gonna look a little bit different. So this one is still the normal, right? The normal in this version of Microsoft Word is Calibri, but this one is the Times New Roman. Besides the font, the font and the font size, we're not talking about bold, italic, or underline because it's pretty straightforward. I mean, you can increase the font size, something like this, but I want to go to paragraph, I mean, when you set the paragraph format, it means you want to format what the paragraph look like, and if you know that this one, when you press the enter key, I show you here, this one is the enter key, right? It means this one is the entire paragraph. So when you want to do the setting for the entire paragraph, you just click. I mean, you just make sure that insertion point is within the paragraph and you do not need to highlight. Yes, I mean it. Okay, so suppose I click and then my insertion point is right here, so that when I come to here and then I set a justify. When I set a justify, they're gonna make the justify for this paragraph. I did not need to do anything, right? Okay, so I just go to the format right spacing. You can select right spacing in here, but I want to tell you about this one, right spacing, and then justify, right? Indentation we're gonna talking about it later on, but at this moment I do something like before I set 10 point, and then after 10 point, and then right spacing is 1.5 line. You see, and when I do this one 1.5, let's say 1.5. Okay, so this one is mean the line is gonna have the space in here, and then it's looking very good. So I just click OK, and then I gonna have this kind of format. So you see, this format is very easy to read, and then if you want to do the indent, something like this one, you can go to here, and then set the indent in here. You see, left, right indent, or if you know how to use the ruler, you can go to and then use the ruler. If you cannot see the ruler, you can see in the view, and then check the ruler, uncheck, and then check something like this one, and then I come back to home. So you can set the paragraph setting by putting the tab in the ruler. However, I think I happy with this one. Maybe I just set just only 1 centimeter. Okay, just like this. This one is my normal, this one is my normal, but I don't want to set normal. I want to set this is like body, but when you go to style, we didn't have body, right? So what I want you to do is very simple. I just want you to select the entire paragraph, because we want this kind of format too, and then you go to style, and then in the style, beside they're gonna have style pane. So if you use the Windows version, this one, in order to create the style, is in the same bullet, but for Mac, it's gonna be in the style pane. So what you're gonna do is you just select new style, something like this, and then they're gonna have the name that you can select. So in the name, I set my body นะฮะ so it means this is the body of the Microsoft Word document. Okay, so I just click OK here. Yeah, and then we just have this one is my body, right? So what I want you to do is, okay, I just close the style pane. Okay, what I want you to do is you see the entire document, and then you just like put the Command A or Control A, and then I want everything to become my body one. Okay, 1, 2, 3. When I click my body, they on change นะครับ so you see the entire paragraph, I mean the entire document is become the style of paragraph I just do moment ago. So you see it look very good, very perfect. Something like this one. Okay, however, some of the heading, I mean the title is gone because I used the Command A, right, to select on. So normally I just come back and then set this one is the title. But when you set the title, it didn't do center alignment, right? Because the title style is just do the left alignment, so you can just put center alignment by yourself. Professor Wendy Shear supposed to be the heading 2. Introduction is heading 1, you know. And when you go down, I think we're gonna have a few more heading 1, like this one, either in Japanese culture and society is become heading 1 as well. And then you go down a little bit, I think they're gonna have something like in some pages they're gonna have more heading. Okay, so I just got the concept of AKB48 นะครับ, and then it's gonna be heading 1. Okay, and then I just keep go down. I think it should be, that's it. Okay, so this one is on you need to know about the style. So you see, if you know how to use style, you can save a lot of time. Okay, so at this moment, I think we do the topic for quite a while. So maybe I just finish this script first. So before I go, I need to save. Okay, and then I just save onto the desktop. And then after you save, you can just put your file to the cloud. Okay, so I just said AKB4801 and then save. Okay, so that's it for this video clip, and okay, see you again next clip. So for you can just save your file and then you can just practice next topic. Okay, so this one is that's it for this clip, and see you again. Bye bye.